Have you ever said something in English and the other person looked confused? Maybe you wanted to say you worked very hard, but instead, you accidentally said you hardly worked. Or perhaps you told someone your presentation was too good, thinking it was a compliment, when it actually sounded like there was something wrong with it. These are not small mistakes. They can completely change your message. The good news is that these mistakes are incredibly common, even among intermediate and advanced learners. And today, we're going to fix them together. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand 21 of the most confusing English words that learners mix up every day. More importantly, you'll know how native speakers actually use them in real conversations. Don't try to memorize everything immediately. Instead, listen carefully, imagine yourself in each situation, and notice how the words naturally fit into everyday English. That's how real fluency develops. Welcome back to Daily English, where every lesson helps you speak English more naturally, more confidently, and more fluently. Before we begin, if you're serious about improving your English every single day, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and tell me in the comments which English word confuses you the most. Now, let's start. Hard versus hardly. Let's begin with one of the biggest mistakes English learners make. Listen to these two sentences. I worked hard yesterday. I hardly worked yesterday. They look almost identical, but they mean completely different things. If you worked hard, you put in a lot of effort. Maybe Sophia spent 6 hours preparing for an important presentation. She worked hard. Now imagine David spent most of the afternoon scrolling through social media and answered only 2 emails. He hardly worked. Notice something interesting. Adding ly doesn't make the word stronger. It changes the meaning completely. Hardly means almost not. Here are more examples. Our team practiced hard before the tournament. My grandparents hardly travel anymore. The baby hardly slept during the flight. One useful tip is this. Whenever you hear hardly, think of almost zero. That mental image will help you remember it much faster than simply memorizing a definition. Late versus lately. Now imagine your friend arrives 30 minutes after everyone else. You say, "You're late." Simple. Now imagine you're talking about the past few weeks. Lately, you've been very busy. Late describes time. Lately describes a recent period. Listen carefully. I stayed up late. I've been exercising a lot lately. Different meanings. Different situations. Here's a conversation. Why haven't we seen Emma recently? Oh, she's been traveling a lot lately. Another one. The train was late because of heavy rain. Notice how one talks about a specific moment. The other talks about a recent trend. Here's an advanced tip. Whenever you hear present perfect, I've been, she's been, they've been, you'll often hear lately nearby. Your brain will start connecting these patterns automatically. That's exactly how fluent speakers learn grammar naturally. Really versus actually. These two words sound similar, but they perform completely different jobs. Really makes something stronger. Actually corrects information. Imagine your friend asks, "Did you enjoy the movie?" You answer, "I really loved it." Now imagine someone says, "I heard you didn't watch it." You respond, "Actually, I watched it last weekend." See the difference? Really adds emotion. Actually changes or corrects information. Here's another example. I really appreciate your help. Actually, it wasn't me. My sister helped you. Many learners say, "Actually, I love coffee." But unless someone thought you hated coffee, actually isn't the right word. Simply say, "I really love coffee." Small correction. Big improvement. Especially versus specially. These two confuse even advanced learners. Imagine you love all kinds of music, but jazz is your favorite. You say, "I enjoy all music, especially jazz." Especially highlights one thing more than others. Now imagine your friend is vegetarian. You prepare a separate meal just for her. I made this specially for you. Specially means for a specific purpose. Here's another example. Our company designed this software specially for teachers. I enjoy sports, especially tennis. Can you hear the difference? One compares. The other explains purpose. A useful memory trick. Especially equals favorite. Specially equals created for someone. Simple. Powerful. Easy to remember. Eventually versus ultimately. Many learners think these words are interchangeable. Sometimes they are, but not always.
Eventually focuses on time.
Ultimately focuses on the final result. Imagine Lucas wanted to become a pilot. He studied for years. He failed several exams. He saved money. He practiced constantly. Eventually, he became a pilot. Time was important. Now, imagine you're talking about the final outcome. Ultimately, his determination changed his life. The destination matters more than the journey. Think about learning English. You won't become fluent overnight. Eventually, you'll notice yourself understanding movies. Eventually, you'll begin thinking in English. Ultimately, English will become a natural part of your life. That difference is subtle, but native speakers notice it immediately. Just versus only. These tiny words create huge misunderstandings. Listen carefully. I just arrived. I only arrived. The first means recently. The second sounds incomplete. Let's try another example. I only drank water. That means water and nothing else. I just drank water. That means a short time ago. Imagine you're at a cafe. Your friend asks, "Have you eaten?" You answer, "I just finished lunch."
Perfect.
Now, imagine someone asks, "What did you order?" I only ordered coffee. Different meaning. Different purpose. One talks about time. The other limits quantity. Whenever you hear only, think limitation. Whenever you hear just, think recent time. Two versus. So, now, let's fix one of the funniest English mistakes. Many learners proudly tell their teacher, "Your class is too good." It sounds positive, but it's actually negative. Too means more than desired. So means very. Imagine this. This suitcase is too heavy. That's a problem. Now listen. This vacation was so relaxing. That's positive. Another example. The soup is too salty. Problem. The soup is so delicious. Compliment. Here's an advanced grammar tip. After to, you'll often hear an infinitive. The box is too heavy to carry. After so, you'll usually hear a complete idea. The box is so heavy that nobody can lift it. Learning these sentence patterns, not just vocabulary, is one of the fastest ways to sound natural. Before we continue with the next confusing English words, let me ask you something. Have you ever made one of these mistakes in a real conversation? Don't worry if you have. Every fluent English speaker has made language mistakes while learning. The important thing isn't avoiding mistakes. The important thing is noticing them, understanding them, and improving little by little. If you're enjoying this lesson and you're learning something new, take 1 second to like this video, subscribe to Daily English, and write your favorite example sentence from today's lesson in the comments. When you actively create your own examples, your brain remembers them much longer than if you simply watch the lesson.